I just need it to be, I need the message to get out there.
For sure.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? In five, four, three, two, one. All right. Welcome to Locked In Real Conversations where beauty meets healing. I'm your host, Unique, owner of Unique Locks and Beauty Bar. And today's topic kind of just touches many people in ways that we may not even realize. So, we're talking about how massage therapy, nail care, beauty services, self care spaces connect to mental health and emotional healing in the Black community. For many of us, that have salons, spas, barbershops, maybe wellness spaces have always been more than appointments. I feel like they have been places of release, places of comfort in some cases, places in where people finally feel seen, heard, and more importantly, safe. So in our community, we often taught to survive, but we're not often taught to heal. So many Black women, and I'll just stick with Black women because we are Black women, we carry stress, pressure, even trauma, exhaustion, and emotional weight. Um, and it's always in silence. I could possibly tell you, you could look at me one day and be like, hey, how you doing? I'd be like, girl, great. And I was just crying in the Dunkin' Donuts line.
Mm.
So, because I wouldn't feel comfortable dumping everything that's going on because one, in my personal experience, do you even care? So why waste my breath? You know what I mean? So what I do is I find things that I like to do that gives me what I consider peace for myself. Everyone's peace looks a little bit different. So sometimes the only moments of peace that people experience is during like a massage appointment, nails, or sitting in like a beauty chair. So that's why conversations that we're getting ready to have are very important. So I would like to introduce our amazing guest. Her name is Kacie Anderson. She is a triple powerhouse. She is an advanced esthetician, nail technician, and a loctician. So welcome, Kacie. Go ahead and introduce yourself and then we'll get started.
Hello, my name is Kacie. As she said, Triple Powerhouse. I am your friendly neighborhood tician. So esthetician, nail technician, loctician. I do it all.
Anything Titian, hit her up. And so where do you work?
I work at Studio 60 and Company. It is on Indianola Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio.
All righty. And can people, do you have a website that we could come and get services from you?
Yes, I do have a website. I don't know the website, but I'm on Vagaro. My booking is on Vagaro. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. You can find me anywhere.
All right, we'll get that information and tag it at the end of the video. So I do want to start talking about like emotional release and self-care.
Mhm.
Some of the TikTok videos that I've seen when you were massaging someone, to someone who's not in the field, they probably be like, "Oh, that looks nice." But to me, just by the motions that you were doing, you could see and feel that the client per se was feeling relaxed and feeling totally trustworthy of you. And I don't know if they were like family members or not, but even if a total stranger.
Mhm.
So in your profession, how do you often notice clients using beauty and wellness services as emotional relief or healing?
I think a lot of clients, firstly, don't realize that that's really what they're coming in for. They're coming in for a service, and
Hmm.
after they've experienced it, it's like, oh no, this was therapy in motion. It's an interesting space to be in. Um, yeah.
Well, let's just talk about like why you chose this profession. I know there's a lot of people that, they're, transitioning. So a lot of people go into cosmetology, barber, stuff like that, just as like a quick hustle because they see, how lucrative it can be. But some actually have a calling for it. So why did you choose?
So I chose aesthetics. So I first started with aesthetics. I've struggled with eczema my whole life. So I've always been into skincare. And that's what called me to it. Then I started doing nails because my school offered nails. And then with learning and growing, I'm like, oh, this is a whole wellness scale. Like this is, I can do so much with it. And I've just grown into loving every aspect of it. It can go so many different ways. Um, but I love the wellness. I love helping people. I love caring for people. It's just a beautiful, like it makes me feel whole.
Yes, I
Yeah.
definitely agree. So I know like in my nail appointments and when I get my hair done, or even if I go get a massage, if they don't knock me out to sleep, I do kind of like talk.
I
Um,
encourage.
so people open up in salons and spas all the time, all the time. Um, you could just meet them and they will tell you their life story from A to Z, and you'll be like, but you don't even know me. You know what I mean? And so I feel like sometimes I feel like it's an honor
For
that
sure.
they feel that energy and that presence about you or I or, any beauty professional that they feel comfortable to lay things out,
Exactly.
that are so personal to them. So again, so many people open up. Um, why do you think that beauty professionals, oh, so sorry. Oh, why do you think that beauty professionals often become like trusted safe spaces within our Black community?
So I feel as though way back in the day, the beauty salon, the barber shop, they've all been community staples, right? And,
Hmm.
and you build those relationships with those clients each time they come. So it's like a family, as a trusted family member. Um, I can't really say how it came to be. It's solidified in our culture. Um, yeah, it's a hmm, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, let's just take it. I know that, you might get your hair done or
Hmm.
you might, get a facial or two. And if you don't particularly know them and you see them and you get the service and you feel comfortable, what do you think makes you feel so free to be like, you know what, girl, my man called me yesterday and told me something. And I was so mad. And you don't even know her
Right,
or him, you know what I mean? But
right.
you like, and then they just give you, the advice back, and now
Hmm.
you feel a connection, but you've only known them for 30 minutes.
Right. So firstly, I believe it's the atmosphere. Um,
Hmm.
I know in my space, the studio altogether, but in my space in particular, I make it relaxing. I want you to feel at peace when you come in. Like I said, I encourage naps, but if you want to talk, whatever you want to do, I'm with it, Um, I'm easy to talk to, I guess, so people say. Um, but I think it starts with making that your space comfortable. And then just getting comfortable with the person. If you're trusting me to touch on you, you're that's already one level broken down. And
Hmm.
I think normally I start with like miniature questions and how you're doing, what's going on, and then
Hmm.
it just builds and builds and now we have a relationship. Now you feel free talking about anything and everything.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like in my profession, there was times where I was the first to know before the baby dad knew that
Yeah.
she was pregnant. And I feel honored about that. Or, as soon as they get engaged, instead of calling mom and dad, they call me like, girl, I can't wait to do my hair
Yes.
wedding. And I feel honored because who thinks of their beauty per stylist or in that capacity that you
Right.
would put them over who you would think would be the most important.
Hmm.
So let's transition into like the power of touch. So
Yes.
there's something very powerful about human touch,
Hmm.
care, and the intentional moments of rest. Just like you said, you encourage naps, but if you want to talk, let's talk.
Yeah.
So I feel like in your massage profession, a lot of people that come are functioning in what we call survival mode. So if we're in survival mode and then this 30 minutes, 60 minute, 90 minutes, whatever, you guys decide, for the service, what, how can massage therapy and I'll just say and self-care routines help reduce the stress, anxiety, and burnout? And again, I mean, I know men experience burnout, but because me and you are women, I want to see, how we are carrying our emotional pressures on a daily basis
Yeah.
and the power of your touch. Again, like I said, you could see someone fully relax.
Yes.
And so, um, you know, how can those routines and coming to see you or maybe deep breathing, things like that, how can that help?
So it's immense. It's immense help.
Mhm.
A lot of people are touch deprived, and I know a lot of people like touch deprived. Like I hug or I no. Humans need human touch.
Mhm.
Um, just coming in, like you said, 30 minutes, 60 minutes. Um, it slows your nervous system down. It allows you to take a break. It can keep you from that breakdown. It massage, facial, anything. Just sitting there getting your nails done, pedicure, like all those things are small, but they can do so much just to help you relax just for those few minutes.
Yeah, so basically, remember when, like, when we were younger, we considered like massage and getting our nails done every 2 weeks, those were like luxury services. But don't you kind of feel like it might be kind of like necessary?
It absolutely is. So now in my older age, I see it as it's wellness. It's a part of wellness.
Mhm.
You have to invest in your wellness.
Mhm.
Oh, still some people think, oh, it's a luxury. No, it's self-care. You need to be practicing self-care, whether it be you doing your own self-care or your own skincare routine. But something needs to be done where you are focusing on yourself, taking that time out to make sure you're good. Because if you're not good, you can't be good for other people. And it's going to eventually lead to that burnout.
Yeah. And sometimes I just feel like, giving a massage last night, you could feel the knots and then you try to work those out and so you could hear them like exhale.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not like an inappropriate exhale. It's they're releasing not only the tension, but
The
the
stress,
stress.
the day, the week.
Yeah.
Listen, yeah,
So I think that's a beautiful thing. And that's why I wanted to highlight this segment for you because what you're doing for the community is life changing. And it doesn't even seem like that. And it's
right,
only 30 minutes, 60 minutes at a time. How can you do something so grand in such a little time?
right.
So I feel like now that we are seeing healing conversations happening, every day via social media, what you and I are doing, do you think, again, piggybacking off what we talked about earlier, that salon, spas, massage therapy, nail shops are helping normalize our mental health conversation in our community? Or is it just like a general conversation for us? And how
I
can we bridge the gap?
I do feel like it's we're helping. So I have been in therapy for a few months now, but
Mhm.
having these conversations, I'm throwing it out there. Like, yeah, have you tried therapy? Have you spoke to someone? Like, like I'm here for you, but they can be here for you.
Mhm.
I even tell them like some things that have helped me from my therapist. So, I mean, do you really have to go see them? Maybe not, but we're here to like I said, bridge that gap. Absolutely.
Yeah, and sometimes there might be some that might just be above our pay grade.
Oh, for
You
sure.
know what I
For
mean?
sure.
And when we see those alarming things, like maybe if they say, maybe they're dealing with like suicidal ideations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't want to kind of touch on that, but you want to be there and support and give affirmations, of course.
Absolutely.
Um, but hey, maybe you might want to talk to someone.
Hmm.
Um, we have what's called Psychology Today, where you can build your own therapist,
Hmm.
down to, if you want a black female, black male, religious preferences, sexual orientation preferences, if you deal with suicide ideations or if you deal with PTSD, it's like you can actually build one. And so I feel like if we could give it to them in that way, that
Yes.
they know that they could find someone that's going to be perfect for them. So I think, again, we're like the first stop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to compare this, but I'm gonna say it anyway, just for laughs and giggles. It's like we're Jesus, and and we lead you to the Father.
Hello.
That's what I just feel like. I feel like we're that great middleman, that can make you feel comfortable
Yep.
and let your guards down a little bit. And if you can do that with us, as we are taking care of your outer beauty, and sometimes inner beauty, and inner wellness, I would say,
Mhm.
we could definitely encourage them, not force, but encourage, hey, you might want to take a step. I know it helps me. I've been in therapy 3 years consistently every Monday at 8 o'clock. And it has done wonders for me, as a entrepreneur, on how to handle the stress,
Say that.
how to deal with, different personalities and energies that walk in and out of the salon, how to be a better mom, a better daughter, a better sister, a better friend. So, I feel like therapy can help, and especially if you find one that's, with you.
Right.
So,
That's a lot. A lot on us as well. Like you said,
mhm.
Allie's different energies. We take in a lot, and I don't think clients realize that. Like, if you're comfortable talking to me, everybody else is most likely comfortable too. And it could be a bit much sometimes. So
And so I think it's very, let's pause on that. So
okay.
I think it's very important. Let's say, Casey, you have four clients, and your very first client is kind of heavy. Their
Hmm.
energy is heavy, their spirit is heavy. What are some things that you do to reset and get to, let's say, that your next client is always jolly, always got a story. You know the energy is going to be high vibrations. What do you do to reset, in between?
So I do have crystals. I use selenite to cleanse myself. I also go like it's not mine. It's not mine. Just get it off me, get it out of me, shake it off. But then sometimes you need that quick little 5-10 minutes to pray. Like Lord help them, but also help me. Like
Hmm.
all that good stuff, all of it.
Oh, I love that. I love, cleansing the room, resetting the tone, and then giving it up to God. That
Amen.
that's it.
Yep,
Because it isn't ours. You know what I mean? But we are that supportive incubator for you guys,
for sure.
as clients. But at the end of the day, we can't carry our mess and y'all mess. We're gonna
Look,
be down for the count.
category.
I'm closed. So I mean, I really wanted, the most important thing that I want to get out of you is I wanted to talk directly to the people who struggle with resting. And I will tell you, this happened to me yesterday.
Mhm.
So yesterday, normally I work or do something on Mondays, but I didn't have anything to do. And so I got up, cooked breakfast for the kids, and then I'm like, I gotta find me something to do. I gotta
Mhm.
find me something to do. And then I was like, no, sit down.
Yes.
Relax. I was like, oh, but I need to do the laundry for the shop tomorrow. No, sit down.
Mhm.
So, I guess we could just go into that. What would you give to someone like me, Black woman or Black man, who feel guilty about prioritizing, excuse me, our rest, peace, self-care, and our own mental health? Like, I haven't had a pedicure in almost a month, and I need it bad. But I'm like, no, I have to pay for, my daughter turns 18 in a couple, 2 weeks actually, Kaysen's everyday needs, bills, things like that. I was like, I'll just do it when I can afford this, instead of just let me go do it because this is what's needed.
Listen, I'm the exact same way. When I tell you I'm a do as I say, not as I do type person because
Mhm.
we aren't even gonna get into it. But yes, like I said, you can't pour unless you have to pour. If you're not pouring into yourself, I mean, I know you're saying you're showing up for your kids, you're showing up for your household, you're showing up for your business, but eventually that is gonna wear you down, and that we don't want that. There's been times when I showing up, and I need to sleep. I need to be in bed for a whole week because I am just that broken down. Um, ooh, girl, don't don't get me to crying. Listen, it,
This is what is needed.
it
And it's so crazy because I would just say you're like my Loctician sister.
Mm.
And I feel like we should be there. We should have a community
We should.
to, we're helping our clients, but you know how they say a therapist has their own therapist.
Oh,
Maybe we
yeah.
need that community
We
where
do.
we're like, hey, did you take a nap today? Did you get your toes done? How you need a retwist? You know what I mean? Like maybe we should help hold each other accountable into what we're preaching.
Yeah. You know what? Right. Write it down.
Yeah.
This, yeah.
But I'm serious, but I have social anxiety super bad. And I think I just have a fear of people. And people are like, well, you're on social media and your TikToks and this, that. I said, but there's no people.
Listen,
This is
that
all me.
it takes so much out. That's why and you said you mentioned watching my videos. I have so much content. I get anxious and I get nervous and I can't post anything. So I'm
Mhm.
at a standstill. But I appreciate you for this because this just lit a fire under me because I know I need to. I know I need to.
Because you have something that we need as a community.
Yeah.
I feel like we do everything but take care of ourselves. And it stems back from, generations and generations that come before us because, again, like I said in the beginning, we're in survival mode. We
Yeah,
have
it's
to
work.
make sure work, take care of these kids, make sure they're not an issue in society. And you know what I mean? Like we have so much pressure that when it comes to us, I don't even think that we like sleep normal. I think we just literally burn out, pass out, and then boom, 6 o'clock, here's the alarm clock, and we do it all over again. So I think, I would feel that I would need to come out of my shell and maybe create a group where us we could come and kick back and let our hair down. Maybe have some jokes about what we experienced in the salons or spas and stuff. Just so we can just have a little
Yeah,
pause moment
yeah,
and remember that we are humans too.
for sure.
So, I mean, literally, Kacie, like this conversation, it reminds us that healing doesn't always begin in the therapist's office. Sometimes it's with human connection, just like you say, being cared for, with feeling safe enough just to breathe, let our
Yeah.
hair down. The beauty industry is connected to confidence, I would say,
Oh yeah.
identity, and our community, but our emotional wellness too, we need to fit that in as well. So, like this conversation was just super beautiful. I thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to, talk with me, share your experiences, and give us some knowledge that we can share. So again, thank you so
No,
much.
you. I appreciate you for having me. I love the conversation. Listen, you need me, I'm here.
Likewise, likewise, seriously. I mean, but thank you guys out there for tuning in to Locked In Real Conversations. And just remember, we're talking more about hair. It's more than hair, it's about our healing, confidence, and of course, our community. And if we can get self-care and our mental together, us as a community will be unstoppable. So I will see you next time, and God bless. Have a good night. My Lord.